Welcome into Drew's Daily Diamonds for Wednesday, March 5th, 2025. I am Drew Martin breaking down the slate of games. Let me know in the comments below where you agree, where you disagree. All is welcome. It helps grow the show. Smash that like button if you're liking the content. As we got first game up, Big Ten Conference clash here, 6:30 Eastern. Do note the early tip on Big Ten Network. Top 17 matchup in the country with the Maryland Terrapins and the Michigan Wolverines coming to us from the Chrysler Center, Ann Arbor, Michigan. Does look like about 154 being the total, minus 1.5 being the side here. That is Michigan as the home favorite. Both teams come in with identical records, 22-7 on the season. Two of the top three teams in the Big Ten Conference in the standings and also in terms of tempo ratings. Both these two teams like to go fast. Sidewise, guys, I think it's a tough handicap here. I could see it going either way. But getting back to the tempo, I think we get a lot of possessions here. First off, the Michigan side of things, Dusty May's squad, remember him at FAU with the Owls, likes to play that kind of hectic pace, if you will. And actually, their downside is they will turn the ball over offensively, talking about the Wolverines. But if you're looking to bet overs, that always isn't a bad thing to cash some overs because it usually lets up, fast break points the other way. Sure enough, in their last two games, Michigan has played in both of them 166 point totals for the games, the exact same score. And they've also scored or let up 75 points in every home game since November. So at home, they're looking to go fast. They're dictating the pace in Ann Arbor. And I almost combine that with the Maryland Terrapins here. They're a high possession team as well, but particularly against other teams that like to go up tempo. If their opposition, say like Michigan State in the Big Ten, likes to slow it down, Maryland can kind of have the pace dictated to them, if you will. And I think that Michigan's going to look to run it, obviously. So therefore, Maryland's going to go with it. They look to go up tempo anyway. I think we get the possessions number high here. Both teams have trended to the over for the season. So guys, 154. And actually, as I'm doing this in the 5:00 p.m. Pacific hour on Tuesday afternoon, FanDuel is hanging a 153 and a hook. So I'm going to take the low water mark here, go up and over Maryland and Michigan, tipping us off top 20 matchup over 153 and a half at FanDuel. Got one game left, kind of a short show on Wednesday. Didn't like a whole lot, but do have a chance to recap the show for the last week. It was a very profitable week here on the show, and do appreciate everybody chiming in the comments below. It does help out the algorithm growing the show. But from last week, we won 11-5, 69% winners. That's plus 5.5 units of profit. Also want to throw out there, that's not 69% win percentage. And, with minus 140, minus 150 money line favorites, some people will, instead of laying the 4 with the favorite, kind of lay minus 150, minus 160. No, there's none of that on the show, guys. This is legit 69% winners last week, plus 5.5 units of profit. $100 better up $550 betting every single game over the last week. Going daily on the WagerTalk YouTube channel, giving the plays out for free here. So if you could help me out, smash that like button and comment below. Premium picks available, WagerTalk.com. Do got one up for Wednesday, Drew Martin Experts page. All right, got last game for the show here, 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Pacific. It is Washington and USC. Also a Big Ten conference battle. Was about to say Pac-12 there. But this is on Big Ten Network, Galen Center, Los Angeles, California. It is the Washington Huskies catching 7 or 8, depending where you're shopping. So the Trojans going off as about the touchdown favorite at home, 150 being the total. Washington comes in 3 games under 500. They've been miserable in the Big Ten Conference, just 4-14. They are at the bottom of the standings there. USC, not a great season overall, a game under 500, 6-12 in the Big Ten. USC's actually lost 5 straight. Washington's lost 4 straight, so something has to give here. I'll say this. I think the Trojans win the game, guys. We can get a -7 here. They played a brutal schedule over the last couple weeks. And Musselman's team, they won this first meeting against Washington, and they dominated them. They won by like 24 points. So I think it's more of a fade on Washington than a bet on USC. But obviously, these are the two teams in the matchup here. And really it comes down to Washington, the worst offensive efficiency team in the Big Ten Conference for the season, and the second worst defensive efficiency team. So when you're that low on both sides of the court, it's just tough to win games here, guys. So, hey, they've struggled all over offensively. I think USC, Eric Musselman's team, gets a little bit of a frantic pace going. They like to play up tempo, up and down as well. And being at home here, I think it helps them out. And remember, they won the first matchup by almost 25 points, and that was at Washington. So now they're back home, laying 7. I like it, guys. I think it's short. We're on the Trojans, -7 as the home favorite. Best bet for the show will be the over in the Maryland-Michigan game, over 153.5, guys. And that's going to do it for the Wednesday slate. Short card, didn't love a lot. Like these two, best bet, over Maryland and Michigan. Smash that like button, comment below. We'll be back tomorrow. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Cash those tickets.